wonderful, fantastic, lurid, macabre. These are the stories of my life. Unlikely though they might seem, it must be understood that each has its roots in absolute truth. Some of these tales may amaze you. Some may shock you. Some might even horrify you. But whatever the case might be, each is guaranteed to entertain. So sit down to a handsome repast and remember to proceed with caution.
Hello and welcome to yet another Snack and a Story with yours truly. Do forgive the noise that you might hear in the background. We're currently having the house worked on at the moment, and the workers are just working away very indefatigably and very audibly, so do forgive that. And also forgive myself being in my pajamas. It's just I have no place to go today, and I figured I may as well just lounge around home until 7 o'clock when I prepare for my evening walk. After, of course, watching my usual 2 episodes of Green Acres with Mother in the evening. Anyhow, this here is being recorded on a Monday, the 10th of May of the year 2021, and you'll likely see this at the end of the week, which is going to be Friday. With that long introduction out of the way, I figured I may as well show you today's meal. It's a bit of an interesting one. Usually when I do these, I try to keep it interesting. Much of the meals I've been eating nowadays have not really been all that spectacular, and they've usually been repeats of things I've eaten in the past, and so I've been wanting to mix things up a bit. And so I figured, after finishing a revolting protein shake, I might as well finish off the rest of my breakfast, which is here a Atkins caramel chocolate peanut butter nougat bar, and this strange concoction here, which apparently gives you energy. So I figured, without further ado, I may as well open this all up and start with the story. And this is not Pepto-Bismol, although it might look like it, it's not. So, let me just open this too. I didn't do that great of a job, but anyhow, I got it open. So, it's come to my attention that many of these stories and many of these behaviors have been classified by Ahab as being very Miles-like, as in, they're very unique to myself, these eccentricities of mine. And this story is just another one of those that you'll find to be very Miles in nature. So, suppose I shall explain here what it is I will be talking about. Well, you might know this, but then again you might not know this. For many years I was a connoisseur of hats and such, and would often wear a hat atop my head just everywhere I went. In fact, I can show you a collection of some of the hats I do happen to own right here. Oh, okay, another one there. Holy. There's a lot here. Anyhow, oh goodness gracious, something's gonna happen. Yeah, there's hats all over the place now. So anyway, traditionally, if I'm out about on the town, I'd wear a hat like this. You know, just your traditional Gatsby style hat, I suppose. You know, it's like a cap pretty much, and you know, it goes on your head like that, and you know, seems to make you look okay enough. I got another one here, different design. Yet another one here, bit smaller, I must say, and I think that's all I have for now of those. But then also, I'd wear on occasion a hat like this. You know, for instance, my mother bought this for me for my birthday, but regretted it because it didn't look too good on me. From what she thought, in her estimation, it didn't look too good on me, even though I quite liked it. This is more of a pork pie hat, I suppose, even though you could probably put that brim down like that and make it a fedora, but it's meant to go like that, so there. Here's an actual fedora, which I wore a couple of times. It's pretty rough and ready. It's pretty beat up from years of just sitting in my closet, and I had a lot of fun with this hat. And then obviously for more formal occasions, I have, for instance, this bowler hat right here that I used to wear every day for school, I think. Yeah, pretty much every day. I have this, I guess, bowler, which is kind of unusual. It doesn't really have a structure to it. It's kind of almost like a pork pie, but I'm not too sure. It's very weird. And then obviously I've shown this one before. This is my top hat. I wear this on special occasions. I wore this to my father's funeral. I wear this to virtually whatever type of function or other happens to take place. So, yeah. And then a couple weird ones here. We have this hat that I wore whilst camping. It's kind of beaten up, as you can see here. It's bamboo or reed or grass. Or, I think it's reed. I don't know what material this is, but you can see that. I think this is Kangol. No, it's not Kangol. It's what in the world is this? DPC. See there? And then this one, which I don't see myself wearing, this is a hat from the Philippines that a friend had given me. It does not fit me at all, but I just hang it on my wall for display purposes. And the hat in question, well actually there's another hat here. This is actually a deer stalker that my grandmother had made for me, so that I might be able to dress as Sherlock Holmes one year for Halloween. And so, the most eccentric of all these hats, and the one I will talk about here, is this. This here is a pith helmet. For those who do not know what a pith helmet is, traditionally, in the age of exploration, it was very common for members of the British Empire to wear these things so that they might be able, I suppose, to shade themselves from the sun. This is basically what you'd wear if you're going on a safari and such and all that. There are several different types. This is the English design. There are others that are, there's one that's more squat and more traditional looking, but I specifically wanted this one. I got this from like Party City or somewhere. Or no, Costume Castle. They're no longer around, which is a shame, but that's where I got this from. And just letting you know how eccentric and how Miles-like I was back in my days. I used to wear this thing in just normal everyday outings, just casually and such and all that. I think I even have worn this to school a couple of times. But I used to wear this and such, and this was also in the Fat Lord days, the very early stages. Hair was about, I don't know, maybe down to here. So it was a very odd arrangement indeed with myself wearing this. And apparently I wore this so often that my brother had noticed this and had thought it to be a very singular thing indeed, and it suggested that this isn't the sort of thing you wear in public, even though at the time I took great pride in doing so. Does this buckle? There's a buckle here. I think it goes here. Or does it? No, this is a strap that goes around your head, but anyhow. And so he teased me about it and such, and basically thought it to be a very singular thing, and really saw no reason for me to actually wear the thing. And I think I wore this particular hat in one of the few outings to Las Vegas on which I had embarked in life. And my brother, because he thought this such a singular thing, had actually made a wager with me. He bet me, I don't know how many dollars, maybe like $20 or something like that, that I would not find another person wearing a Pith helmet as if it were one of these hats at all, and therefore if I were to not find this, if I were to find this person, he would give me the $20, and if I'm not, then I would be sworn to not wear this thing out in public. And so I don't remember when he made this proposition to me. It must have been before we were out on the town in Vegas and such, but he made this proposition to me. And we were in, I suppose, downtown Las Vegas or something. You know the place with the golden nugget and the cowboy who does this and such and all that. A whole bunch of other, I guess, I don't know what you'd call it, but that area, that's where we were at. And oh god, I think it was even that same year I even wore like a captain's hat, like the skipper from Gilligan's Island or something or other, or even Thurston Howell on occasions. Very unusual indeed. But I think I was wearing this hat. I might have been wearing the captain's hat. I'm not too sure. But on this, it must have been when I was around 12 or 13 when this occurred. But we were walking down Vegas and such, and for some reason, no, actually, this year my brother didn't go with us. I don't think so. Might have, not too sure. Maybe, I don't know. Either that or he must have been in the hotel room. I'm not too entirely certain what his situation was, but either way, somehow or other he wasn't there. But so here I go strutting down the boulevard and such, and just trying to see if I can find someone wearing a Pith helmet. Well, sure enough, very strange things occur in Las Vegas, as you can probably imagine. Sure enough, I found one man in regular clothes and like a t-shirt and khaki trousers and such and all that, wearing a pith, not this model of pith helmet, but the traditional pith helmet, like the flat one with the rounder brim of the hat and such, and the flatter top and everything like that, wearing it as if it were one of these things, and just going about his day, or night rather, because it was the nightlife, just doing whatever. And so I go up to him, and my mother and father go up to him, because my brother and I had bet that I wouldn't find anyone like this. And I asked if I could take a picture to prove that there are people out there who do wear pith helmets as if they were hats like this. And he said, sure, why not? It's not very often. I think he might have even been from South Africa, judged by the intonation of his tone or voice or however. But we take a picture of him, and then I think we send it to my brother, or we show it to him when we get back to the like I said, I don't remember if he went with us or if he didn't. I'm not too sure. But either way, somehow it gets to my brother, and he pays me however much money, like $20 or whatever. Didn't believe me at first, but he did then. So after that, he didn't think it too singular at all. But for some reason, after that, I've not been inclined to wear this. And I've not really worn it since then, and that was about 7 or 8 years ago when I did make that bet with him. So I'm not really sure about that whole thing, why I didn't wear this and such. It's not the traditional hat that you would wear out in public, but some people do, which makes this world all the more bizarre than you previously thought. Because someone out there, not just me, but someone out there, is most likely walking about town wearing a pith helmet as if it were a hat like this. So that is it for this snack and a story. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Tune in next week for yet another story in which I eat something else, and perhaps maybe even incommode you with these little tales of mine. Maybe, I'm not too sure how frightening these are, or fascinating, or however, but they seem to go over well with my channel. It's my most popular series. So stay tuned for that. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, midnight, however, at whichever time you happen to be seeing this. And we will see you next week with another snack and a story with yours truly. Thank you, and cheers.